understand what this party is all about. Whether in power or out of power, the commitment to this great party must remain the same. Because this party represents a true hope for the people of Ghana. Kwame Nkrumah, the first great leader and the founder of our country, was a special vehicle, and we as a country must be blessed to have it. And after he has done this and paid his dues, this nation went into so much difficulty. The spirit of our nation sank to a very low.
Oh, okay.
I think we plan it, Yes. Oh, it's already done.
Unto victory, yes, the victory unto victory, and this shall lead. Stable democracy, Ghana, our strength in duty.
Has a long way to go, but has come to stay. Has come to stay. Members they come, members they go, but the great NDC has come to stay. The great NDC has a long way to go. Let us come to stay. When destiny controls you, you cannot help but when the puppet stops. So J.J. Rawlings wrote a tune fearlessly to achieve results. He had foreseeable vision. He could not describe him as ambitious and controversial because he failed to understand him and he knew of it. He understood you for admiring his zeal and finding us solutions in the darkest end. He gave birth to the National Democratic Congress with his letter
in your offices. So you can always come here. Okay, it's just 1,000 cities. So you can come here and pick a copy for yourself and for your institution.
Of people who love the country, of people who want the best for their country. I'll say one of the things that has been a source of sadness to some of us is the fact that over the years, many of us sadly started viewing this party as simply a vehicle for winning elections. This party has become an election winning vehicle. Now what it simply means is that there are many who, for instance, are even members of party of this party, that if it were known for the fact that NDC was a party that could win their constituencies, some of them would have been members of the NDC. So the only reason why some of them are in this party is because there is a vehicle that will win elections for them. So what then it means that we have many among us who have become convenient members. And some of these convenient members of party even have the audacity to want to aspire for the leadership of the great party. How dare you? This morning, I want to reach even the Jubilee House. If the Flagstaff House must appreciate the NDC as a vehicle is the supreme vehicle. And the first loyalty always must be to this party. Whenever we say individuals come and individuals go, it applies to everyone. Even leaders of our party will come and go, but the party remains. Flag bearers will come and go, but the party remains. President, vice presidents will come and go, the party remains. And that must always be number one loyalty. So we need power. So once you get power and you can get a position, that's enough. That must stop. They must stop. We need to understand what this party is all about. Whether in power or out of power, the commitment to this great party must remain the same. Because this party represents a true hope for the people of Ghana. Kwame Nkrumah, the first great leader and the founder of our country, was a special vehicle, and we as a country must be blessed. And after he has done this and paid his dues, this nation went into so much difficulty. The spirit of our nation sank to a very low ebb. We reached a place where this country became the back of jokes and ridicule. Even neighbors were laughing at us. I know that. Why? Because I was born at the border and schooled across next door in Togo. And I know as a young child how Togolese look down upon our country. Some of you don't have an idea. When young Ghanaians used to be Shushan boys in Lome, our ladies used to be prostitutes in Lome in Cote d'Ivoire. Until 1979, followed by December 31st. That was where the beginning of the revival of the spirit of our country started. And today you have people who call themselves members of this party and who do not understand the sanctity of these days. What I can say is that those of you who do that, what you truly are NPP people hiding in the NDC and pretending to be It's important for us to start placing this party as the number one. This party must become the number one vehicle again. I am always I feel blessed that I was born in June. The 2nd of June. So I think right from birth, I've always been an NDC. Born 2 days exactly before June 4. It's a blessing, it's a privilege. I hope to God that especially our young people will start to appreciate what this party is. That's why I feel very sad when I see the young people who they are not even making an effort to understand who we are. They are in a hurry to acquire properties that people have worked for 30 years and don't have. In a hurry to drive vehicles that people have worked as ministers and don't have. Because they think this party is just an opportunity to be able to make something for themselves. You must stop now. You must stop now. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with having a property. But I'm saying if your motive and your reason for being a member of this party is what you can get, you are in the wrong party. You are in the wrong party. Look for the NLP. That was your party. June 10 is a great day. Because on this day was born a party that truly has become the hope of the people. Now this election that happened on December 7, 2024 was another opportunity for God to tell us NDC that we are truly blessed and privileged. I mean, how many parties who have a presidential candidate who lose election so disgracefully in 2016 and be given a blessed opportunity to come back after 8 years? I mean, it doesn't happen. But in the NDC, it happens. That is why every one of us must appreciate that it is the NDC that makes the difference. Not any individual, it is the NDC that makes the difference. Sometimes we tend to forget. NDC is the reason why every single one of us is where we are. Some people are in parliament today, and somehow they've forgotten the role on the back of this party to get to power. Today, they believe everything they want, they must have. They must determine who the DCE is. They must determine, who is this person who goes here. No! The party is number one. The party must make that and the same goes for anything that we do. The party must get to the heart of everything. And sometimes, careless, I feel part of the problem is also because of the way we've gone about talking as if leadership is supposed to be some peculiar thing and the rest of the party are not there. I think it's wrong. This party must be filled with millions of Kenyans. Everyone must be a Kenyan. Because as long as you sing that song that says, the beginning of our song, which calls all of us to arise for God, it makes us Kenyans. Arise for Ghana. It means your spirit must be filled with the desire to fight for your country, to place your country as number one, and to ensure that this vehicle continues to be great and strong for the sake of our country. But sometimes when we make it look like only some are Kenyans and others are not, I think it's wrong. I don't necessarily need to shout revolt to be a Kenyan. Because sometimes like the Bible says, there are many who say Lord, Lord, but they don't exactly belong to the kingdom. Because not what you say that matters, it's what you believe and what you live that makes a difference. So therefore, comrades, let us love this country. But above all, let us love this great nation. That's why when the flag was being hoisted, I was telling comrade that if you are told, a bit worried that the Ghana flag was lagging behind the revolutionary flag and the NDC flag. It should not be. Ghana must always lead the way. Because everything we do must be about the well-being of our country. So comrades, we want to thank you for being with us on this very important day, which is the anniversary of this great party. I know we all talk about the great infrastructure that NDC works to bring to our country, which is wonderful. But the greatest legacy of this party should not be the physical infrastructure. It should not be the roads we build, or the hospitals, or the schools. But it should be the genuine transformation we bring to the people of Ghana. Giving them a leadership that truly cares. A leadership that is not just humble but compassionate. A leadership that appreciates that what matters most is to liberate our people and allow our people to reach the level they ought to go. And if we can do that, then this party truly has fulfilled its destiny. So I like the way Comrade Cassidy modified the Rigo song. It turned it into what? The great NDC. Because that is what it was to be. The members will go, members will come, and the great NDC will truly come to stay. So comrades, let's never forget that we all are where we are because of this great party. And this party is what it is because of this great nation. So the nation must always lead, but the party must be the vehicle to enable the nation. On this note, I want to thank all of you, and long live the great NDC. Long live the founder of this party. Long live all the comrades who have served this party in different ways. And long live maybe the very many millions of our supporters, many of whom never occupy a position, but they care about this party, they care about it. May they all continue, to be strong.
Step down from speaking of the Constitution of the Consultative Assembly, an assembly to draw a new constitution for Ghana, and various groups were allowed to elect their leaders. In fact, 260 people were invited into the Consultative Assembly, but 258 were those who were, because the Bar Association was not happy that it was just one person that they were to choose. When, for instance, CDRs, we had 10 people. All the 110 district assemblies had 110 people. Market women had 10, and they had. And that time, Nooks, I can't remember the Nooks leader right now, but Nooks also said they will not come. So Nooks did not come, and the Bar Association did not come. But the rest of the groups were all there. From engineers to doctors to market women to butchers to traders to cooperatives to CDRs. General was there representing the Winchi Assembly, and I was one of those 10 of us who represented CDRs. People like Augustus Kano, Lucy, people like Martin Aminu, people like Cecilia Johnson, people like Tommy Debu, Donald Adabere, Papa Datsi, the Papa may rest in peace. Mohammed Mumuni represented an assembly Kumbumu. We were in there, and between July 92 and March 93, a new constitution came to place. The constitution then allowed, first we had a referendum, and after the referendum, the constitution allowed that parties should be formed. That is when the processes started. After NDP, they now wanted to put themselves together into a Busia Dankwa club, and they didn't have much problem. But we did. There was a lot of debate. Should we go as a Keda group? Should we go and join CPP? Should the revolution continue? At the end of the day, I'm cutting this information. At the end of the day, we agreed to form a party. But the point I want to stress is that everything about the party was deliberate. There were no mistakes. There was a lot of discussions and debate. Number one, the name of the party. I can remember who is there. He was our minister, the CDM. I can remember the discussions that came up to what name should this new party, which is succeeding PNDC, have. We decided that we should name it a Congress. Congress, meaning it is not our party is not an ordinary party. It's a Congress of good people, nationalists, all over the country who are ready to continue the progress of the country. So we named it a Congress. Democracy is our middle name. So no party in Ghana is more democratic than us. So democracy, because of the processes that led to the formation of the party, we chose democracy as the middle name, and national, of course. we are national, and we have always been. The symbol, the debate about the symbol was also very intense, and we chose the umbrella for all sorts of reasons. The traditional reason, coming out from the sun, the cloud. There were a lot of songs and people who composed about the umbrella. It was deliberate. We didn't make any mistake by choosing the umbrella. Then the colors of the party. The colors of the party, the red, showing recognizing those who have had struggles from the revolutionary time up to the time of the party. The white, the purity of heart, the purity of our formations that we should form a party. The green, and that is why we are the ones who can take this negotiation, because it is we are for nature. Green is nature is green, and we have pledged even in our colors to protect nature. And the black, that shows the resilience. Look, the black one is the ultimate color. The black, there's no look. If I want to become a white man with a few creams and hiding in my room for a week, I'll come out red. But nobody, no white can become black. So we chose the black identity, the African identity. The color was not a mistake. And then the motto, I'm sure some of you, the young ones may not even have known that we had a motto: unity, stability, development. Unity, stability, development. Then the leadership we chose at the time was also very great. A person like this is Dr. Kaiwo, these were not revolutionaries. We wanted a national feast. I'll just try to remember the name of the first women organizer, Mrs. Sion Sapori. And I'll come to some of those recognitions. We chose then Mufie later joined, of course, after Congress. Then Hudu later joined. But the leadership that we chose was to go around the whole country and to choose people from all classes. Then we determined at that time that it is Chairman Rawlings who will be the founder and the leader of the party. He was still in the army. When we were doing these things between March and June, he was still in the army. Actually, he came out of the army in September to join 3 days before he joined us in Cape Coast to be elected father. We decided then, but it was in 1998, Congress in Takoradi, that we put his name in the Constitution as the founder of the party. So if you go now and see the Constitution that we filed at the Labour Commission in 1992, you will see it. But because he led us throughout the revolution and led us throughout, and we knew that by the year 2000 he had to go, we had a meeting and decided, and we took him to Congress in Secretary Takoradi in 1998. And it was in 2008 that we determined the philosophy for the party. 2002, at the Trade Fair Congress, after we lost the election in 2000, we determined that although we're progressive, socialists, all sorts of people, we needed to have a philosophy which would guide us. At that Congress in 2002, we determined that social democracy will be our philosophy. And we won the first election, we won the second election, we lost and won again. So it's a party that is resilient. I would like to mention to you that we should hold the party in very high esteem. Any party official who finds himself in government should not begin to believe that therefore government is more important than party. those who are to attend meeting here every Tuesday, if you are a minister and chief executive or you are in parliament, why don't you make Tuesday afternoon available? Tuesday. Why is it that you will be so busy that you cannot get a Tuesday afternoon to come for a meeting? Why should you not be able to attend party programs and meetings? Because you see, we are over here. The party becomes weak every time we are in government. So we should, this time, we should pay attention. We should pay attention to the party and do what the party should do. We have just celebrated June 4. Today we are doing June 10, and I'm sure in the chairman's speech he will tell you all the other celebrations that we have. But it is all part of our constitution. Our constitution has determined days which we should celebrate as a party. If we don't do these things, and we think that the party will continue to be strong, it will not. It's like having a church building and not attending church. That's our church. And then when it comes to attend the church service, you don't come. That will not be good enough. So let's pay attention to the party. Let's do government very well, but don't let us forget about our party. It is very important. I would like to just recognize I think the first, the general secretaries and the chairman that we have had. If I want to recognize everybody, our first chairman was Fiifi Kwetey. And the last time I saw him in my life was when in a wheelchair, he was carried in a vehicle to this place. We were voting for presidential candidate at the time we chose he was voted by 4 people. They helped him to come out of the car. But he was intended to vote. He came here and I was here. I was here. I was playing a very, very important role. So I was sitting in there. He's home. At the appropriate time, maybe the chairman would call for a new side. But Fiifi Kwetey was the first chairman. But when we got to Congress, we made it a co-chairman by bringing a stalwart from PP tradition who displayed a lot of wisdom in the consultative assembly, eventually agreed. After that group, of course, in 2002, then Obed Asamoah, he is still alive. The whole group Obed, from the information of the party, he was